Okay, this will be an interesting piece. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Come on, come on. A4. We're going to enlarge that after we've worked out what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. So we're just going to go here and going to make it contrasty without being all the way. Going to make it a little bit lighter. We don't want to go too light. We don't want it to look dry like it is. It is a newsprint style of print, so I don't want it to look dry. I want it to look really saturated, as much as a newspaper print can be, considering it looks, as an original, it's dry. It's a dry looking original. Yuck, I don't like the dry look of newspaper, but it's a challenge to make it look better photocopying it. So let's see what we can do with this piece of newsprint. It's out of a travel, I think it's not a travel magazine, it's out of a lifestyle, a leisure, that's a car thing. I did a car version once, a car demo once, but this one we're doing, I think it's called Leisure and whatever. I have to look it up because I've got to give it a name for the demo. Anyway, we're just gonna keep it as a still picture. We're not going to move it, distort it. We're just going to now enlarge it. Probably some distortion with the enlargement maybe, but yeah. So we're now going here. We're going to try and manually, work out how big to make this. So the horizontal's going to be will it be 300 or will it be 330? And for the vertical, we're going to make it 300, and we're also going 330. We're not distorting it yet, at least not yet. Going to make this into a 4-way mirror image. We may not photocopy the whole thing, by the way. Might just take a section and make it look good that way. Focus on the section. So we just got to make up our master copy first and get it the right size. So that's our master copy. No, that's not. We still have to enlarge it a bit more horizontally. It's not looking as wet as some of the ones that I've made. So let's see. But it looks a bit wetter than the original, at least. But I think the horizontal's got to go up more. So we're just going to go. I think we're going to make it 300. It's 340. We're going to make it 300. Actually, I'm going to make it 350, so we're going to make it 20% bigger than the vertical. It's going to be stretched. It's going to look a bit distorted. You may not notice it, because sometimes with distortion, if it's subtle enough, it's not always going to show up. So I'm wondering if we're going to just centre this to keep it looking wet, a bit more wet. So let's see how we go now with this one. See if our revised settings are even better than the first. Okay, let's see how this one comes out. So yeah, it looks a bit, this one looks a little bit, in some ways it's hard to tell which looks better. That looks a bit more dry, whereas this looks a bit more wet. So we'll just pull that apart. We do need a little bit of extra length. Again, we're too small, so we're going to have to stretch it further along there. So we're just going to add a little, but I think the colour is okay. Or I'm trying to think maybe if we have it lighter, it'd be better for making a copy. We'll see what we can do. So we're going to make it 350. We're going 356. We're adding an extra 6%. And here, I'm just wondering if we may have to lighten it off. It being a master copy, it might be good to lighten it. We'll soon find out. See if we can if we're going to keep it. Yeah, we are going to lighten it a bit, so it's a better copy for the final. We need to show some of that detail more in the first copy, the master copy. So let's see how we go this time. But if we're enlarging off the actual original though, we may not need a master copy. I don't think we're going to need a master copy for this. So I'm wondering if this darker version's a bit better or whether this lighter version's better, but we've got the right size. We look like we got the right size. So I'm just questioning density-wise. I think this one is good enough. So we're just going to... I'm wondering if that's going to be the centre, because both her arms are like that. It'll look really nice like that. So now we're just going to see what we're going to do. We're not going to worry about darkening it again. I think it's good enough. We don't want it too dark. So we're just printing straight off the newsprint, which is even better. It's usually better than printing off a master. So that looks all right. So now we can then put this one in that corner. So that'll be that corner of the job. So that's that. Oops, it's a bit of trickiness getting these arranged. So that's that. And secondly, we're just going to run off 2 more, but we're going to make them in mirror image. We're going to just hit the mirror image key and we're just going to switch it on. And then we're just going to punch off 2 and then put them on the bed with the other 2, and that'll hopefully look really nice. So yeah, we're not using a master for this one. This one's mastered straight off the original, which is probably the most desirable outcome normally, if you want to, if you're talking in terms of reproduction. So let's see that there and that there. The mirrors, now we're just got to line them up. We're just going to line them up maybe with these 2 hands. There, just the hands go together. And then we're going to go, this is not a perfect arrangement. I can already see a problem there. So I'm wondering if I can just quickly align that a bit. It's not working very well like that. But it's not easy getting it right. I normally try to line up the corners. I don't normally move these ones like that. So let's see if we've made that. Actually, we're just going to move that one a bit. It's a bit too far over. It's a bit tricky trying to get these pretty well right, but I think that should be close enough. But that's an interesting, it's a simple, but yet it's not totally simple, but it looks interesting. I think we can call that one quits.